Hey, my gorgeous ones. All right, so this is another little Lulu Ramble Fest. And at first I wasn't going to do the video today, but then the reasons why I wasn't going to do it today relates to what I want to talk about. So it was like, well, you can't talk about the subject if you're not willing to talk about it, you know, the way you should. Okay, so anyway. Okay, I'm always remiss about this, but I gotta say this. I have a group of small YouTubers that we are, you know, working together to grow together. And I always forget to mention it, but I always have them listed, their channels listed in my subscription box. Please go check out their channels. Right now, our Evelina is just this close to her first 100 subscribers. So if you are not one of her subscribers, please go visit her channel. Hit the subscribe. I promise you, you will not regret it. She's one of the funniest, most entertaining beauty gurus out here. And if, you know, so, and all the other ladies, we are all different. We have different perspectives. We have different looks. We are different sizes and shapes and ages. And I would love for you to watch them all. I'm gonna put I do have a playlist that I am working on right now and adding in videos from all of the ladies that I love. There's certain videos that I really love of theirs. I'm gonna put it in the cards right here. It has just started, so just be patient with me as I load in more videos because I'm trying to get it all done. All right, you all get back to the video. I just remembered I had to do that because I'm terrible about this. It's my YouTuber beauty grow group. So please watch my sisters in the struggle as we try to grow on YouTube. There are some things that as a YouTuber that I notice other YouTubers do, and I understand why, but I also want to say this to the viewers because it has created this kind of thing that's going on YouTube. And I don't know how to say that. But anyway, let's just get into the subject. Okay. There is this thing that as a viewer, most of you all want somebody that you can relate to. You want us to be relatable. You want us to not, you know, you don't want us to be perfect. But then again, yes, you do. And I think there's the dichotomy of the claim that you want, you know, to vibe and connect with us as YouTubers, but you demand perfection on many levels. That is just unrealistic, especially with smaller YouTubers. And if you want the bigger YouTubers to stay relatable, then you can't expect certain things from them. So for instance, right now, I don't have my makeup on. And as a beauty YouTuber, I know that that's very hard for many of us to do because we feel like when we come on camera, unless we're doing a get ready with me and then we're going to put on some makeup, that just sitting here with no makeup on is crazy. You know, we got to have on some makeup. We got to have our gloss on. We have to have something. And oftentimes viewers will make mention of that. So, you know, it's like you can't have it both ways. You can't have us as a relatable person, yet you demand the perfection of us always having our face on and everything. And part of that also has become, and because of this level of perfection that is expected, that's why so many are going so young and having work done on their face. To minimize these things that they see, because when you're doing it, I mean, let's be real, we look at ourselves hard, and if you want to look perfect on camera, then you feel the need to do these things. So you can't say, I want you to be relatable, I want to relate to you, and yet you demand perfection in everything they do. We make mistakes, we aren't perfect, and yet us not being perfect is what makes us more like you, and yet you want the perfection. Like, for instance, I don't feel well today, and you can hear it in my voice. I'm sure my voice is probably a little deeper, a little raspier, and I always hear people apologize, like, I've been sick and I'm so sorry. Well, here's the thing. You want the content. If you like this person, you want to see their content. And if they are willing to push through their illness to give you some content, then don't make nasty little comments about their voice or anything like that. And I'm saying that because we do feel this way, because there's this rock and a hard place for a YouTuber, which is, okay, do I go on camera sounding like this, or do I wait till I feel better and I'm gone for a minute and then I'm back to my perfection? Well, we're not perfect, and neither are you. So there's going to be times if we decide to video something and share something with you, and we are not up to the level, the standard of beauty or whatever you expect of us, sometimes we just can't do it. But we still want to connect with you all as our viewers, so we push through. And with the push through, understand that we have lives too. Just like sometimes you can't watch us when you want to. We can't film, we can't edit, we can't upload on our schedules. Why? Because we have lives too. And life can be, as we all know, unexpected. So therefore, maybe like for instance, Shane Dawson. I mean, I know Shane is big enough where he could probably get somebody to edit his stuff, but maybe he's a very one-on-one editor and he wants to be there to see what's going on. He's getting flagged because they're saying his little docuseries with Jake Paul isn't coming out, you know, when they're mad because he's taking too long bringing it out. Yet this man has an infection and he's trying to get well, and people don't give a fuck because he's not doing what they want them to. That is an unrealistic expectation of people, because we are all humans. We all have things that happen. And so therefore, just like sometimes you don't watch our videos until you have time, or you might not watch a video for a week, we might have things that are happening that keep us from doing the same thing. Like for instance, if you notice, my eye is very red and inflamed. And so for me, I almost didn't film because I was like, oh shit, my eye is inflamed. I don't really care about my voice, but I was like, and so I'm going to look a little crazy on camera. And then, you know, I don't want people to notice that my eye is like a little inflamed. I don't know what's going on. And then I said, no, you know, because this is what you're talking about. So I almost bought into the issues that I find so irritating to be said. Like for instance, hairstyles. You talk about our hairstyles and things like that. I don't mind compliments. I don't mind saying, hey, Lou, this look a little crazy. But sometimes you have to understand that people are really putting their best foot into it, their best foot forward. And that can be very hard. I mean, it's already hard enough to put yourself out and be on this platform for all the world to see. So that takes a lot of nerve, and many people, this is an outlet for them to reach out to people in a way that they wouldn't normally do on their everyday life. So give them a break. Now, things like background noises. I'm always here, oh, I'm so sorry if you hear this in the background. Listen, we're not filming on a studio. We're not in a TV studio, on a film studio where they have buffers and they can handle the background noises and they can make sure everything's perfect. We are usually video, and you know this, you were videoing in our homes, you know, and things like that. And there's going to be background noises. Now, if they're overwhelming and you cannot hear me, that's one thing. But for instance, like everybody knows, I live in Chicago, and we call it Chicago interlude is when you hear the sirens going past my house. Well, guess what? I'm not going to. Right there. I'm not going to stop speaking and let that all happen and then try to get back on track. No, it's a sound that's coming in the background. Like people are like, oh my God, my neighbor's mowing their lawn. You all as viewers have to stop being so nitpicky about people who are entertaining you, and usually on their dime. Most of the, you know, we're very small, especially small YouTubers. We are doing this on our dime. And even the larger YouTubers, they're not going to studios. They're still doing it from their homes most of the time or something like that. So you have to take that into consideration. Now, especially with, you know, us smaller ones, give us a break about lighting. If the lighting isn't perfect, if our camera angles aren't right, if our backgrounds aren't as pleasing, because everybody's running around trying to get backdrops. Guess what? I will probably never get a backdrop because I just like to have my shit behind me. It makes me feel comfortable. It makes me feel like I'm in my own space. But when I have to pull out a backdrop and make it look perfect and do all that, it doesn't feel like my space anymore. So understand that. You will rarely see me put up a backdrop. I'm just being honest, because that doesn't feel organic or feel like me, because that's not who I am. Now, I might put up pictures. I might make sure that some of the things behind me look decent, except for them dirty brushes. But I'm always going to make it where it's like this. I know y'all always see that dress sitting right there when I'm sitting here, but this is my room and this is my space. And by me sharing my space the way it is, I am being who I am. So, you know, you can't say, I want to feel relatable to people, and yet your expectation is for us to try to be as studio quality as we can. No, no, it's not the way it works. You gotta take what we give you, and if it's unpleasing to you, then move on. But because if you can't get past the background for the content, then move on, because that's just what it is. And so I just wanted to say those things because and so I wanted to say those things to the viewers. But now here, let me talk to my YouTubers, my lovely YouTubers, especially the small ones. Stop letting these things upset you and affect you and make you put money into things and invest into things and say that you can't get on camera because you're not at perfection. We are humans. We are giving of ourselves when we do this. Yes, we might have end goals like to become larger YouTubers and to support ourselves financially or whatever our goals are on this. But ultimately, we are their entertainers. We have made this choice, and we don't have production values behind us. We don't have anybody financing this usually but us or someone that is near to us. So therefore, it will be what it will be. And if people cannot take what you bring to the table, there are millions more of us out there. So be what makes you comfortable and find your comfort in how you do your channel. And I promise you, you'll at least have more fun doing it. No, I don't have the views that I would like all the time, and hey, I'm getting past it. I'm like, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. I gotta woo-saw through it. But at least when I put out my content, I'm okay with it because it's what I chose it to be. And it is in the format and the visual that I choose that makes me comfortable enough to get on this camera and do it. So that's it I got for today. My chest is starting to hurt. Okay, so we'll talk again. Y'all have a great day. As I always say, be bold, be brave, be fearless, be free. It's Lulu. Oh, and I guess, I should say, hit the like, leave a comment. And if you're new, go ahead and subscribe. Gotcha. Out of here.